Okay, welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. Children, in the last class we completed the computation of all the three measures of central tendencies, namely mean, median and mode. Today let us discuss the graphical representation of data. In class 9 we read different methods like histogram, then histogram of continuous frequency distribution, then frequency polygon of continuous frequency distribution. In frequency polygon we came to know what we came to know in frequency polygon. In frequency polygon what we were doing? We were taking the class mark or midpoint of all the classes, continuous classes along x-axis and their corresponding frequencies along which axis? Y-axis. And then we were joining the points by freehand to get a curve. The curve so obtained is known as your frequency polygon. But now what is cumulative frequency polygon or cumulative frequency your curve? You see, in cumulative frequency curve, which is otherwise known as ogive, cumulative frequency curve is otherwise known as ogive. You know what is cumulative frequency? Already we discussed it in median. While discussing how to compute median of a continuous frequency distribution, I discussed what is cumulative frequency. Okay. Now, if you are given a continuous classes, okay, or continuous frequency distribution, how will you construct or draw its cumulative frequency curve, which is otherwise known as ogive? See children, your cumulative frequency curve or ogive, what we do? Look at the coordinate axis. This is the coordinate axis, suppose x-axis, y-axis. In x-axis you have to take some class limit. Class limit means either the upper limit or the lower limit. You have to take along x-axis. Then you have to take the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency curve or ogive is the graphical representation, okay, between what? Between the class limits and their corresponding cumulative frequency, not frequency. If you plot the graph between class interval and frequency, it becomes a frequency polygon. But if you plot the graph between class limits and the corresponding cumulative frequency, it will become a cumulative frequency curve or ogive. Okay. So, in order to draw the cumulative frequency curve or ogive, we have to take the class limits along x-axis and their corresponding cumulative frequencies along y-axis. Then we will get some points. So whatever points will be obtained in this Cartesian system or coordinate system, if we join those points by freehand, we will get a curve. That curve which is obtained by joining those points in this plane, taking of class limits along x-axis and corresponding cumulative frequencies along y-axis, the curve so obtained is known as your cumulative frequency curve or ogive. Okay. Now the point is, this cumulative frequency curve or ogive, it is of how many types? Two types. One is less than type ogive, the other is your more than type ogive. Okay, so today, children, I hope you understood what is cumulative frequency curve or ogive. Once again I am saying, it is nothing but the graph or the graphical representation between what? Between the class limits and their corresponding frequencies. The class limit may be what? Either the upper limit or the lower limit. These are the two class limits of a class or class interval. So if you plot the class limits, if you take the class limits along x-axis and cumulative frequencies along y-axis, then you will get some points. If you join those points by freehand, what will you get? You will get a what? Curve. That curve which will be obtained is known as your frequency, what? Cumulative frequency curve or ogive. Okay. Now this cumulative frequency curve is of two types. One is less than type, the other is more than type. So today let us discuss the less than type ogive or less than type cumulative frequency curve. What is that? See, suppose you are given, just look at, suppose you are given a continuous frequency distribution like this. Suppose these are the marks, this class interval. What do they denote? They denote the marks obtained by some number of students in a particular test or exam. 0 to 10 marks. How many students have got? Number of students, 7. This is frequency. 10 to 20 marks. How many students have secured or got? 10 students. 20 to 30 marks. How many students? 23. So this is the given information. This is the given continuous frequency distribution. Now the question is, draw the less than type ogive or less than type cumulative frequency curve. So what you will do, how to do, what is the algorithm? What are the steps you will follow in order to draw the less than type ogive of this continuous frequency distribution? See, let me tell you. Now, in this type, you see, in the less than type, children, first you mark. The first point is, first step is, these are the upper limits. See, look at the upper limits of the classes. So these are, that means if I ask you now, marks less than 10, you see, 0 to 10. 0 to 10 means it is less than 10 because 10 is again coming in the second class or class interval. So 0 to 10 means mark less than 10. So mark less than 10. How many students have got? 7. So their cumulative frequency will be 7. Okay. Now mark less than 20. See, mark less than 20. These are the upper limits. What I said? I said in less than type OG, the upper limits will be taken. Look at the figure. The upper limits will be taken along x-axis by choosing appropriate scale. Okay. Now less than 20 marks. Less than 20 marks. How many students? Definitely 7 plus 10. It will be 7 plus 10. That is 17. You see. That means 17 students have scored less than 20 marks. Okay. Now less than 30. You see. 20 to 30. Less than 30. Less than 30, how many students? Definitely 17 plus 23, this frequency. It is 40. Look at. 40 students have got less than 30 marks. Okay. Now less than 40 marks. You see. Less than 40 marks. How many students have got? This 40 plus 51. It is 91. See. Okay. 91. See. Then less than 50. Less than 50 marks. How many students have got? 91 plus 6, it is 97. See, 97 students have got less than 50 marks out of 100. You see, and less than 60. How many students? 97 plus 300. Look at the last cumulative. This is the, now you add all the frequencies. It will be sigma fi. Sigma fi is 100. That means n equal to 100. Total number of observations. Okay. Now look at the last shape. Cumulative frequency. This is 100 and sum of frequencies or total number of observation is 100. That means you see, you found all the cumulative frequency. So children, just remember one thing. In order to draw the less than type ogive or cumulative frequency curve, first what we have to do? We have to take the upper limits of all the classes or class interval along which axis? X-axis on choosing appropriate scale. Then we have to find the corresponding cumulative frequency. How did I find all the cumulative frequencies of these marks less than or this class or class intervals? Okay. Now once you found once you are able to found the cumulative frequencies and you take the upper limits, you see, this is cumulative frequency along y-axis, the upper limit along x-axis. Okay. Now these are the points. These are the, you see, this is the x-coordinate, this is the y-coordinate, because we have taken upper limit along x-axis and cumulative frequency along y-axis. So if 10 is the x-coordinate, 7 will be the y-coordinate of the point which we are going to plot. Okay, by choosing appropriate scale in different axes, that is x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so you got the coordinates. So what are the points? The points are, you see, 10, 7, this is one point, 20, 17, you see, 20 and 17, it is another point. Then 30 and 40, look at 30 and 40, this is another point to be plotted in the Cartesian plane or coordinate plane. 30 and 40, then 40 and 91, 40 and 91, then your 50 and 97, you see, 50 and 97, then your 60 and 100, you see, 60 and 100, you see. So these are the points to be plotted in the Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane, and on joining those points by freehand you will get a curve. The curve so obtained will be known as your less than type ogive or less than type cumulative frequency curve. Children, I hope you understood what is the logic. Once again I am saying, in order to draw the less than type ogive or less than type cumulative frequency curve, first you consider or take all the upper limits. Take the upper limits of the given classes along x-axis on choosing appropriate scale. Then find their corresponding cumulative frequencies. Okay. By taking the first frequency as the what? By taking the first frequency as the cumulative frequency and then adding this cumulative frequency to all the rest frequencies of rest classes. you will get the CF, I mean cumulative frequency of rest of the classes. Okay. So once you find all the cumulative frequencies, take the cumulative frequencies along y-axis on choosing appropriate scale. Take the your upper limit of the classes along x-axis on choosing appropriate scale, and join the points by free hand to get a curve. So whatever curve will be obtained is known as your less than type OG. Okay children, I hope you understood what is the algorithm. Now let us plot it. Okay, now these are the points. Let us plot these points in graph paper. In graph paper it is to be shown in graph paper, but I am showing it on the board only for the sake of your understanding. You do it yourself in the graph paper. See, now let me draw the graph of this. Let me draw the less than type OG or less than type cumulative frequency curve of this particular information. That means these are the points which I want to plot. See, what will I do? Now I will take the axis, you see coordinate axis. Okay, this is y, this is origin, this is x. Now I have to take the upper limits, you see. These are the upper limits. As I told you just now, take the upper limits along x-axis by choosing appropriate scale in order to draw the less than type what? OG for cumulative frequency polygon curve, that is you see. Then take CF. Take the CF. Take the CF along y-axis again on choosing appropriate scale. So write down scale here, scale. So scale, choosing scale, there is no hard and fast tool. You will choose it on your own depending upon the size of the what? Graph paper. Okay. Now see 10, 7. 10 is what? 10 is the upper limit. 7 is the what? Cumulative frequency of the first point. See. Suppose in x-axis you see. Suppose in x-axis I will take one big division equal to say 10. You see. One big division. That means 10 small squares is equal to one big division. So you see from origin to here, suppose this is 10. You see. Then another 10 small squares will be 20. Another 10 squares will be 30. Another 10 squares will be 40. Another 10 squares will be 50. Another 10 squares will be 60. Like this it will continue. See. By choosing scale, now I am able to plot the what? I am able to plot the upper limits of those classes as I want to what? Draw the less than type OG or cumulative frequency curve. I took the upper limit along x-axis. Okay. Now let us choose scale along y-axis. See, look at what is the minimum 7 and what is the maximum. See, maximum is 100. You see, maximum cumulative frequency is 100. So you can take one big division in y-axis. Again you can take one big division equal to 10. You see, in y-axis, suppose one big division equal to your 10. Now see, what we will do? Then we have to show, you see, suppose this is your y-axis. Now one big division 10, you see, in y-axis, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, like this it will continue, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, you see. Now I plotted all the cumulative frequencies along y-axis and the upper limit along x-axis on choosing appropriate scale. Then what I have to do? I have to plot the points. Look at the first point. What is the first point? It is 10 and 7. See, look at 10. This is 10. Where is 7? 7 will be definitely between, you see, 0 to 10. This is origin. It will be one small square equal to 1 because you have taken one big division equal to 10. Means 10 small square equal to 10. So 7 small squares will be equal to 7. That means this point will lie here. See, suppose this point is 10 and 7. Children, if you do it in graph, you can easily show it. Just I am using the blackboard in order to explain you. You take the help of the graph paper. You have to do it in the graph paper only, not in white paper or any other or at any other place. Okay. So this point is 10 and 7. Then 20 and 17. You see, this is 20. 17 will certainly lie between 10 and 20. Suppose this point is 20. 20 and 7. Okay, then it's 30 and 40. Look at this 30. And where is 40? This point is, suppose, you see, 40. Then 30 and 40. Then 40 and 91. See, this is 40, 91. So 91 will definitely above 90. You see, 40 and 91. This will be here. You see, this point will be 40, 91. Then 50 and 97. Where is 50? You see, 50. This is 97 will certainly come here. Suppose this is 97. 50, 97, then 60 and 100. This 60 and this is 100. Suppose this is 60 and 100. See. Now I got all the points. See. Now I got all the points. So this is suppose point A, point B, point C, point D, point E, point F. What are the coordinates? The coordinates of A are 10 and 7. It is 20 and 17, 30 and 40. C. These are the coordinates. Then 40 and 91, point D, 40 and 91, point D is 50 and 97. Then point F is 60 and 100. C. 60 and 100. C. Now I plotted all the points. Okay, now I got all the points. So what do these points represent? These points represent what? The x coordinate and y coordinate, that is the upper limit and the cumulative frequencies. Okay. Now what is your next step? The next step is you join this by freehand. See, I am joining by freehand. Look at. I am joining these points by freehand. You have to join them by freehand. See. See. Look at. I joined all the 6 points A, B, C, D, E and F. I joined all the 6 points by freehand. And what did I get? I got a curve. Did I get a curve or not? Yes. So this curve is nothing but the less than ogive or less than cumulative frequency curve of the given your continuous frequency distribution. Children, I hope you understood what is less than type ogive or less than type cumulative frequency curve. Once again I am summarizing the thing. In less than type ogive or cumulative frequency curve, see, whatever classes or class intervals are given, take the upper limits along x-axis on choosing appropriate scale. Then find the corresponding cumulative frequencies of all the what? Upper limits of the classes. Okay. After finding all the cumulative frequencies, those cumulative frequencies of the upper limits, corresponding upper limits, they must be presented along y-axis on choosing appropriate scale. Okay. Now then you draw the graph. Then you plot points taking upper limit along x-axis and corresponding cumulative frequencies along y-axis. You will get different points. Okay. On choosing appropriate scale, if you draw the points, if you plot the points, you will get different points. Okay. Then those points are to be joined by freehand in order to get a curve. You see, this is the curve. And this curve is nothing but known as your less than type ogive or less than type cumulative frequency curve. Okay. There is still another type. You see, as I told you, cumulative frequency curve or ogive is of two types. It can be done in two ways. One is less than method, the other is more than method. A less than type ogive, another is more than type ogive or more than type cumulative frequency curve. What is that? We shall discuss in the next class. And we will see how more than type ogive is different from the less than type ogive. Okay, in which respect does it differ? In which respect does the more than type cumulative frequency curve or ogive differ from the less than type cumulative frequency curve? We shall discuss the concept of more than type cumulative frequency curve or ogive in the next class. Children, I hope whatever I discussed regarding cumulative frequency, polygon or curve, that is ogive, what is less than type ogive, you must have understood. Okay. If at all it is true, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Okay. So we shall discuss the more than type ogive in the next class. Thank you.